Back on HQ, Matt LaFleur after the loss.
Obviously, extremely disappointed for our guys. I thought it was one of those games that we knew exactly how it was going to be. It was going to be a hard-fought, back-and-forth game, and that's what it was. But I thought our guys did a good job coming out the second half, kind of getting the momentum by going down, scoring a touchdown, hitting the big play to Christian, then defensively getting the takeaway and converting that into points. And but ultimately, I thought we just started, especially on the offensive side of the ball, too slow. I mean, we go punt, fumble, then we score a touchdown. So, you know, it's only a handful of plays that separate these types of games. And like I told our team, I mean, we're going to have to earn the right to potentially come back here. And it's not going to be easy, and we got to put in the work. And but I'm confident in the resiliency of our group, and that they're going to continue to fight and push each other to get better and stay connected, because I do think we have a pretty good football team.
You know, when you go against a team that can put up points like these guys, how much pressure does that put on you as an offense to get something like everything?
Yeah, I mean, that's good football, right? They're a really good football team, very well coached, a lot of great players. And you know, it's tough to come into somebody else's building. I mean, you gotta play better. So I think there are some areas that we can really look at this where we have to improve upon. You know, situationally, like third down, that was critical, and then not coming away with a touchdown there at the end in the red area, that was tough as well. But I think really offensively and defensively, the third and fourth down was probably the difference in the game.
Jared was, I think it was 10 to 10 in the fourth quarter. What was he doing? What were they doing?
Yeah, I mean, he had time to throw. They ran a ton of screens today, and that really hurt us. So I'm sure there's some things that we can do differently, things we got to look at. And they've got great playmakers, and they just try to get them the ball. And those guys can get. They're yak machines. I mean, all those guys that they can get the ball to. And then they were able to get some down the field where he had the time to step up in the pocket. And Jared Goff he's an excellent quarterback. He's playing as good as anybody.
Matt, I know it's no surprise to you that this line seemed like a goal for the one that they went for, and they did convert a situation out of the field position in the last one. Did this shock you at all because the Lions went for the goal position?
Not necessarily. Maybe the one at the end of the game a little bit. But, you know, that's how Dan has done it throughout the course of his career. And so it doesn't necessarily surprise me. But that gave us an opportunity there. We just, you know, hats off to them. They executed, and we didn't.
When you look at the OPI at the end there, and you did push it back.
Well, it's unfortunate, and you know that's what I was talking to the officials about, because there was another one. I thought that potentially our guy got picked, but they said their guy was running around. Bottom line is, if you're running a shallow cross, you got to avoid the defender, and we didn't. So that was a tough one because we weren't even trying to throw the ball to the right side. The play went off schedule, and you know we found Jacobs, and Jordan did a nice job, you know, buying time, scrambling in the pocket, and finding Josh there. But obviously that was a tough call, and you know we gotta do better.
You kind of hit on sort of what went into this. We'll start off. You guys have been playing so well on these that side of the ball.
Well, they're a good football team that's going to challenge you, and we knew that. They're going to play a ton of man coverage, load the box. I mean, those yards that our runners were able to get today were hard-earned yards. But that's the style of play that they have, and you know it's tough to go against. You got to be really good, and it forces you to make a lot of plays. And fortunately for us, we had a lot of guys make plays. I thought Christian Watson made multiple plays in the game. I thought Wicks there at the end made a bunch of plays. I thought Jordan did a pretty good job all night long, and he was under duress on many of those plays as well.
All right, so Matt LaFleur finding the silver linings in an effort from his team that came up just short as Jared Goff improves his best record among starting quarterbacks against the Packers, surpassing Kyle Orton, 5-2. Now, those were some down years for the Lions in the North, and Some stout defenses by those Chicago Bears, but shout out to Uncle Rico for making the full screen.